get a new one. So I've been heavily on like car TikTok and like looking at different cars and people sharing their brand new cars that they got, Toyotas, Hondas, etc. And in the comments, people will be like, oh, like how much is your monthly payment? And people are casually being like, oh, I have like $1,000 monthly payment for a Toyota.
Car insurance, something that you're basically forced to buy, has become way too expensive. Like almost 50% for pre-pandemic levels. And I have experienced this myself. You know, premiums have gone through the roof. Not to mention right now, monthly car payments are at an all-time high, at an all-time high interest. And people are doing like 68 months. You know, another really wild thing right now with car payments is like, people always are like, oh, it's just a car payment. It's not. It's like when you get your license renewed, that's a few $100s. Car insurance is $100 a month. Everything is just too expensive. Americans are going broke over cars right now.
And I don't know. I just feel like a $500 plus car note is absurd. But also walking, not having a car and not having transportation is even more absurd. So like, what do we do in this economy? Because you need a car, there's no way around it. Everybody can't go to a car place or dealership and just drop down cash. And I'm not even sure that's something that you should or would need to do. How much are y'all paying for these car notes? Like, how much are y'all spending on car notes plus car insurance? Because it's honestly getting even more ridiculous. But I low-key can't even be mad at people for paying that much money, because what do? You need a vehicle. People who don't have a car will tell you just how annoying and how hard it is not having transportation, not having a vehicle that you can just count on to have 24/7, or even having a reliable vehicle. Having a vehicle that's not reliable, that's always breaking down and causing you problems, is just as worse as not having a vehicle. So what do you do if you need reliable transportation?
How is it that the average car payment in the US is $700 a month? Like, I'm not trying to be mean here, but if you are taking on a $700 a month car payment, I'm sorry, but you are not all the way there in the head, and I think you need to listen to this video. I know that everybody needs to have a car, but it does not mean that you need to have a 2026 or 2027 brand new vehicle. You can drive a normal car like I have, pay it off, or take on a car payment, but it's only $200 a month. You do not have to have the brand new car, the nice fancy Mercedes, or a big lifted truck. You just need a car to get you from A to B to make money. I don't really understand why people think they need to take on all this debt, because the reality is that $700 could go to investing instead. Or if you still have to have a car payment, at least you can invest the difference, right? So let's say you get a car payment for $200 a month instead of $700 a month. You make a sacrifice and then you invest the difference, those $500 that you were gonna strap yourself down to a car payment with. Well, you better your life and invest it instead. Reality is, people who are financially smart, they get this and they will never put themselves in a bad position when it comes to borrowing or leveraging debt in the wrong way.
And let's not take $1,000 car notes into 2026. Please. I'm not trying to be that type of person and tell people what to do, but in order to get able to live the life that you want to live, you must stop trying to live a life that you really can't afford to live right now. I get having fun and living while you can, while you're still here, but you have to understand that the choices you make today will affect your future. I've seen so many people go and get $1,000 car note just because it looks good and it feels good in that moment. And then 3 months down the road, they can't even afford their car note. And you know what happens? It gets repossessed. So then later on in life, in the moments when they really need another car again, they got to sit with the choices and decisions that they made. So now later on in life, once life has taught you that it was never that serious to go out and get $1,000 car note, now you're wishing you could barely even qualify and get the car that's only going to give you a $200 car note. The problem is everybody want to go Lamborghini and Benz, and everybody want to go big. Everybody want to go so big before it's time to go big. Okay, to make more money and obtain more money and just live bare minimum for a little while. Not forever. Give yourself, sit in it a little while. Give yourself some time to realize, you know what? I could go 200,000, but I'm going to just go 80,000 over here. I could go Maserati, but we gonna chill out. We gonna chill out in a Honda for a minute.
Okay, but what are y'all paying for your car payment? Because now you have me confused. Because $650 is a lot. It's a lot. I would rather not pay it. Don't love that. However, I do love my car. However, She's not a fancy sports car. I have a 2023, might be a 2022, I don't remember. Kia Sorento. Nice SUV. I loved her. I love her. Again, I love her. But it's not fancy by any means. I would consider it a normal car for a mom, for a family. Also, that monthly payment includes like my warranty with Kia. So anytime my light comes on, anytime I need my oil changed, they got me, and that's nice. And also our credit is good. Before you say our credit's bad, that's why my payment is high. And before you say they must have got me on some crazy interest rate, I'm pretty sure we went back and forth with the dealer and USAA, and we went with the USAA, and I think we got like 2 or 3%. So none of that is a factor. We weren't bought into anything. We just got a brand new car, which I felt like was a good purchase, and I still do feel like is a good purchase and a good monthly investment, though it does make me sad. Simply because I'm a mother, I'm a homeschool mom especially, we're always doing things. Now I work, I need a reliable car. We're also traveling across the state line all the time. I need something that's reliable, and you never know what you're getting from a used car. So let me know what you pay for a brand new SUV within the last few years, because I thought that was normal.
Your new car payment is too high, and here's why. The average new car payment in 2025 is about $750 per month. That's up from about $554 just 6 years ago. So that's essentially a 35% jump in that time. Now, there's a few reasons as to why that increase is happening. Number one, more people are financing more money. The average amount financed is now over $42,300. Number two, down payments are shrinking. The average down payment is now just $6,433. Number three, car loans are getting longer. About 22% of new vehicle loans are 84 months or longer. Now, of course, this method does lower the amount that you pay on a monthly basis, but it does increase the amount of interest that you're going to pay over the total life of the loan. Number four, interest rates are remaining historically high at around about a 7.2% APR for new vehicles. Number five, only about 1 in every 100 loans is getting a 0% financing, which is the lowest amount in decades. Number six, about 1 in every 5 new car buyers are signing up for payments over $1,000 a month. And of course, this is pushing a lot of buyers to be upside down on their loans, with about 26% of current trade-ins having negative equity, averaging about $6,700 owed at the time of trade-in. Number seven, tariffs and inflation are still adding pressure, with new auto prices still being around $50,000 and tariffs adding potentially another $2,000 to $10,000 per car. But what's your opinion on this? Should we just stop financing vehicles altogether? Do you think we should only be financing older cars and take the risk of maintenance and reliability issues? Or does it really just come down to the fact that we need to be able to make more money? Or ultimately just accept that this is the new normal at this point? Let me know what you think down in the comments below, and if you like this video, go ahead and give me a follow. Let me know what you want to see next.
Fix your car. If your car is paid off and something goes wrong, just go ahead and take it to the shop and get it fixed. Do not listen to people that are trying to influence you to go ahead and get a car note. You are going to hurt financially. They saying the minimum car notes now are going for $700. Within 2 months of paying that car note, or even 3 months, you could have paid to go ahead and get your paid off car fixed. Fix the car. Don't go out here trying to get no car note. You're going to regret it.
Do you understand that when you go to the car dealership, it's a negotiation? Like, it's hundreds of thousands of car dealerships in the world fighting for your money, for your deal. Negotiate. Why do y'all be accepting these crazy ass deals? Interest rate out the roof, car payment out of this world, and then be complaining about it. And then when the car that you buy depreciate, y'all want to trade it in, even though now your car is worth a portion of what you owe, and you want to roll that into your new deal. Is you fucking crazy, bro? Anytime a dealership or a financing manager speak of an interest rate that's in double digits, I'm automatically in reconsideration mode. I'm not. You crazy? Y'all got rent money to pay on cars? Y'all crazy, bro. Really great, man. Y'all gotta chill out. Grow up.
A lot of you guys are asking why my car payment is $1,000 a month, and here's why. So I told you guys I got my first car when I was a senior. It was the car of that year. I had a backup camera, I had a push start, everything, right? 9 months later, I crashed it and I totaled it, and my parents had already almost paid it off. So then they pulled me out another car, the same one, but I had to pay it. So I started paying it. I was giving payments, and I was almost done. I had less than 10,000, right? I always kept up with the maintenance, everything. And I don't know why, but there was so many recalls on this car to the point where it almost left me on the freeway a couple times, okay? By this time, I already had my son. He was a baby at that time. And it got to the point where it wasn't even safe for us to be driving in that car. Not even on the freeway, not anywhere. So my mom was like, it was time to upgrade. So I was like, all right, bet. So then I went in, and at that time, it was 2021. I got a 2021 Acura ILX, super nice, brand new, nice interior, everything, right? Never really gave me problems. And I got married. We have 3 kids now. Fast forward to now. And we just didn't fit in that little car anymore. We needed a SUV, like a mom car. So I traded in this car, my car, for this car. And I'm actually carrying $10,000 of negative equity from my very first car. But I had no choice. Like, at that point, it was not safe to drive that car. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to have to swallow it and take the L. So that's why my car payment is so high. But it's totally worth it for me because, yes, I have my mom car and we have our room. And look at this car seat. Look at how big it is. It takes up a lot of space because it turns. And my kids are comfortable. We have the stroller in the back. So to me, yes, it's $1,000, but it's our safety. And we have the room that we need. And I love my car.
Would you pay $1,400 a month on the car of your dreams? And if not, what is the most you would pay or the most you have paid and been comfortable with that? My dream car is a Tahoe. I have always wanted to have a Tahoe for many, many years now. However, I watched a video last night of a girl saying after 3 years of paying $1,400 on her $84,000 Tahoe, she bought it new at the time, she decided that it was no longer worth that and she was trading it in for something cheaper. And like when I heard her say that she was paying $1,400 a month on a car note, I just was like, no. Personally, out. I could never do that. I couldn't spend more than $1,000 a month on a car note in order for me not to be literally sick every single month when I had to pay that. Now, it'd be different if someone like has a decent large amount of money and like $1,400 was just a drop in the hat and it was no big deal. That's different. But I feel like from what I see, a lot of people who buy the very expensive trucks, the very expensive SUVs, a lot of them end up going car broke because they're obsessed with their vehicle, but now they have no extra money on sometimes even necessities. And that's not for me. That is not for me. Now, if you can afford it and still not have to struggle, that's something different. But I just can't, in today's economy especially, imagine paying $1,400 on a vehicle. I am glad for her, whoever she was, that she realized that was no longer worth it, because she said she was only paying off like $10,000 a year and she was paying thousands of dollars in interest. And I'm sorry, but at some point you just have to tap out and be like, I love that vehicle, but I'm just not that dumb. I can't lose that amount of money in interest. Just can't do it.
Y'all, I cannot be getting behind these $700 car payments. Every time I work on budgets and I see any car payment, even above like $600, I want to like choke on my own vomit. And before you say, Jess, the average car is like $35,000. I don't care. You don't need a $35,000 car. You want a $35,000 car. The most expensive car I ever bought was a 2015 Mazda 3. I bought it in 2016 for $14,000, like walking out the door, and my car payment was $315.15. And I thought that was a lot, and it really isn't. Nowadays, with my income and everything, I would say, like, I don't think I'd be comfortable paying more than $450. $500 is pushing it. And some of you are willing to have $700 plus car payments. Not only that, I've seen people with car payments like more than some people's mortgages. I've seen people come with car payments like $1,400. For $1,400, I better be able to live in that thing. I also feel like cars are just like the biggest tricks ever, because it's like I've just never looked at someone's vehicle, even if it's like the oldest thing in the world, and been like, ew, like, look what I don't care. I feel like most people do not care. Like, I will get in the oldest, like, beat up car ever of someone else's and not give two shits, as long as it's not, like, piled with trash and fast food. Like, I do care about that stuff, but I would care about that if it was a brand new car. But it's just so much better to not have the new car and make those kind of car payments. And I'm in, like, a great position right now. I do not have a car payment. I honestly don't even have, like, a car of my own. I have a company car. And, yeah, so I have a company car and they pay for like my car insurance and gas and like all that great stuff. So currently right now I do not have a car payment. Now what I've been meaning to do for like the last 8 months, and this is like totally my bad, I need to be doing it, is I want to put like, I think like $350, $400 a month into a high yield savings as my car payment. So that way when I do eventually get a car of my own, then I have like a good down payment that I had been saving up for. But I can't get behind those $700 plus car payments. That's outrageous. And you know it is, okay? You can try to justify it all day, all you want. You can try to justify that, but ain't no freaking way.
I just seen a video and I can't believe it. People paying over $1,000 a month for car payments. Get out of town. No way. Why? That makes no sense to me. There was a couple that were $650 a month. Most were like $800 or $900 a month. And then there was 3 that was, the highest one was $1,300 a month. A month. And it was some Hellcat. And so it wasn't brand new. It was like 2 years old, 3 years old, whatever it was. So it makes no sense to me. I don't know anybody where their car payment's over $600 a month. Nope. Nobody. I don't understand it. A mortgage is $1,200 a month, $1,300 a month, depending on where you live and the size of the house and all that crap. But I mean, my mortgage is less than $1,360 a month. I don't get it. I understand you got to have a ride and all that, but seriously, I couldn't do it. I'll never do it. That just doesn't make any sense to me. Do you guys have huge car payments? Like ridiculously huge? Because that's a lot to me.
Can y'all make something make sense to me? Are y'all really out here paying $1,200 for a car note? Like, I don't know. Y'all make it make sense to me because it doesn't make sense to me. This is like, I was scrolling on TikTok and I saw like the 10th person who's talking about how they paid $1,200 for their car note. I drive a luxury vehicle, but $1,200 for a car note is not. No, that's not clicking, Steven. That's not clicking. I'm not doing that, and I don't do that. So, are y'all really out here paying $1,200? Please let me know.